I'm Mike Fresta. I'm a beer store manager in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and I've seen firsthand the impact of local craft breweries in the industry. I'm in the area checking out some of the most unique brews from some of the most coolest breweries. So come on, let's take a day off, crack one open, and see what's going on. Hey everybody, I'm at Urban Village Brewing Company. I got the night off, so let's see what's going on. Well, thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, thanks for coming out.
Yeah, thank you. Now that we're done with the rehearsal and all the staging and everything,
Yep.
Tell me, what am I having here?
So first off, we're going with Supervillain. That's probably our most popular product. We released it on our first anniversary back in June of 2018. We worked all year trying to find just the right hop blend we wanted for it. We wanted to make an IPA that was heavy on oats, had some milk sugar in it, and had a really great aromatic, citrusy hop nose on it. So,
I can smell it from here. It's not even close to my face.
Nice.
It's just like, what is that smell? And it's just like so, and your mouth starts to water and tingle.
Yep.
Like you just know. So, yeah, why hold up the show? I'm just gonna try this right
Go
here.
for it.
Yeah,
Have one with you.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Right on. Cheers, man.
Yeah. Yeah, real smooth and easy drinking.
Real smooth. The mouthfeel, it's just so smooth, and it kind of reminds you like when you're hanging out with your best friend, and you have that first sip of beer, and you think you're only gonna have a couple, and then it's like 9 hours later, you guys are just laughing your butts off.
In case the beer's gone. Yeah.
In case beer's gone, and it's just like you take a sip of something like this, and it just goes down so smooth, and then I guess we're just gonna have a few beers today.
I like it.
You were just gonna leave all those things that you were gonna check off on the list. That list is just gonna look the same by the end of the day.
Yeah.
So there's a nice relaxing feeling to this IPA. It's, you taste it and it's not intimidating, and
No, there's not. It's not bitter. Like I said, the nose is pretty strong on the orange side.
Yeah.
And you know, it's not heavy either. It's got a full mouthfeel, but it's not a heavy drink, so it's really enjoyable. It's a great crushable IPA. It's
Yeah, you're not going to be like loosening your belt after like one of the. All right, yeah, doing that.
Yeah.
So, when did that feeling come across? Like when you're brewing this beer, this is going to be the one, or this is going to be one of the flagships. Like, when did you realize that like Supervillain, we got something here?
When we first released it as an experiment and we had the right hop blend and everybody was digging it, we're like, oh, that's a winner. And I think even before, like sometimes you also have, like part of it's the liquid, but part of it's the name. And I think we knew we had a winner with Supervillain as the name. And so it was just putting a liquid that would stand up to that name together. And I think when we found it, we were like, this is gonna be a hit. So it'll be 4 years on June 1st. So we've had this beer around for about 3 years.
So 3 out of the 4 years, this beer has been around since you've been open. Wow,
Yeah.
So it's really stood sort of the test of time.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's pretty safe to say that this isn't going anywhere? Or?
No, we're happy to make it. We love it.
So what beers did you have in mind when you were first thinking like you were going to start this place?
So we opened at a weird time. I installed a brewery in my house and been brewing for roughly 3 years prior to us opening every week. We had 150 batches of beer we made. But we stopped brewing late 2016 in preparation of opening here in 2017. We were just busy. We had a good starting book of recipes. It was in that window of time that everyone in this area decided I will drink a hazy IPA and only a hazy IPA.
Yeah, I remember those times, yeah.
Yeah, so I never made one. I've been drinking IPAs for 20 years. I love West Coast IPAs. And I'm not into the English style. I'm not into a super bitter drink. Really a lot of the same flavor notes as a hazy IPA.
Sure.
But it just struck me. I'm like, well, what's everyone talking about? And we opened without one. And I think everyone thought we were nuts. And to me, it just, I don't know, it seemed like it happened overnight. So the beers I had in mind that we would be most known for aren't the beers that aren't the styles that people are drinking in quantity right now. One in particular was our rye IPA called Rye Bread.
I do remember that one. Yeah. I
love
still
it.
love it. I still
Yeah.
love it. Yeah.
It's one of my favorites. Top 3.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I want it to be known for rye bread. I'm the only one that makes a rye IPA that tastes like rye bread. Everyone in my friend circle, my wife, my family, we all love that beer so much.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's what we'll be known for. You always come here and get rye bread.
Yeah, rye bread with the pastrami mustard thing.
Yeah.
You go, like, why am I in the mood for a Reuben?
Exactly.
What is that going on here? Yeah.
But when rubber hit the road, not that many consumers are down for a rye IPA. If I hand sell it, like if I happen to be behind the bar talking to a guest, I'm like, you gotta try this beer. They'll drink it and love it.
Sure.
But they won't order it themselves off the menu. So reality hits. This is gonna be a seasonal beer, not what we're gonna be known for. 2012, I got the opportunity to brew beer at Sierra Nevada as part of their beer camp program. I've been in the restaurant business my whole life, but I wanted to open up a bar restaurant that made beer. In California, more so than on the East Coast, there's tons of brew pubs. I mean, it's common that you would go to a brewery and they'd have a full menu that's really good food. And that's the experience I wanted to bring to the Philadelphia market, which you rarely see. And even in 2012, I mean, there wasn't even breweries, period.
Right, I was gonna say, every time I say Urban Village or post a picture, on like beer drinkers do nowadays,
Yeah.
You always get those comments like, you gotta try the food, because this is not just a brewery, this is like a full-blown,
We want to give you the
got the
full
food
experience.
experience. Yep. You could come here like not have a beer. It sounds sacrilege. Like, what are you talking about? You're going over. But then, you can come here and have some really good eats, good food, and just kind of call it a day and still feel really stoked about it.
From the day I determined I wanted to do this to the day we opened was 4.5 years.
Wow.
So.
And I think you landed a pretty good spot. I myself have been coming here for years.
Nice.
Enjoy
Thank you.
food, beer, you name it. Wow, I can still smell this beer as it's not even close to my face. The aroma is amazing. Thank you so much for this first round, and looking forward to a second. How's it going, man?
Good, man. How you making out?
Good. I'm interested to see, like, what is this? What do we have here?
It's Jedi Mind Tricks. It's pretty cool. So we have our flagship when we first started brewing was Huntington Drive. It's West Coast IPA. Really nice hop aroma, flavor, a little bit on the bitter side. Super popular. So we took that recipe and changed it up a little bit, changed the yeast profile, made it hazy. But it's the same exact recipe, but the yeast changed up the flavor profile and aroma, and it's a winner. So
yeah, I love the color. Like, my hand is gone. I can't see it after. Yeah. And again, the aromas with this.
I
don't know if it's the glass or what. It's just like it's not even up to my face yet, and I can still, I can still smell the beer, the aromas. And you're gonna like it before you take a sip. It's that kind of beer. I already know.
Yeah, one of my favorites and my go-to when it's canned.
Oh wow, there's like a melon flavor going on.
Yeah.
A little bitter, but like not till the back end, which is like you're drinking an IPA.
Yeah,
like,
that's what we wanted out of it. Some kind of rounded flavor with a little bit of that melon kind of
and
flavor aroma coming through. Yeah,
and you could definitely feel, even though it's a hazy IPA, that West Coast appreciation that you guys have for the West Coast IPAs, with that bitterness just at the back end that just lets you know, like, it kind of reminds you, like, when you see a friend after a long time and they look completely different, but, oh yeah, that's still Mike. Yeah.
Familiar in the back of it.
Wow. So, Tom, what is it that you do here? I understand you're a partner, and
one of the partners, and I'm the operator of the, basically the front of house of the brewery. So day-to-day operations of the restaurant, making sure everything, menu from beer to food, is all executed properly, and staff's doing their job and making sure they're having a good time, and customer service is key all the time. So
Yeah, I mentioned to Dave before that I've been coming here for years, so I'd love to shake your hand because
Thank you
you
very much.
run
Appreciate
an
that.
exceptional place.
Thank you.
There's been times where I've come here just for the food restaurant part of it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, even when I post my little beer pictures on Facebook, you always get those comments like, yo, you gotta go there for the food. And I'm like, I know there was food there, I was there, I saw the menu.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have to say, and talking with Dave before, that was always sort of a part of his model, the whole experience. So what do you think makes the perfect experience in a restaurant, when not even just a restaurant, but the whole, like nowadays breweries trying to sort of execute that whole, all right, we're not just going to sit down people and have them slam beers, but we want to give them this experience.
Yeah, I think a warm atmosphere is one of those things, good beer, good food, good product overall.
Sure.
And having staff that's just welcoming, not somebody that's going to over-explain things to you. It's just, hey, this is a beer and this is why I like it. It's just like inviting your neighbor into your house or your family member and saying, hey, picked up some beers. These are some cool things I like, and that's how everyone's taught how to talk about beer here. Because nobody, not everyone cares about the IBUs or the, the alpha acids that we use, from the hops. But, it's supposed to be a welcoming conversation, and customer service is always going to be, key here. And we want people to feel welcome and try as many beers and have a good time at the end of the day.
Right. Yeah, I gotta say, when I first started going to breweries, I was already a drinker, of course, but it was a little intimidating at the time because I wasn't sure if I was gonna know enough or anything like that. And this was one of the first breweries I went to in Philly. And yeah, like you said, everyone was just so friendly. I got to meet some new friends and the staff was welcoming. And so you don't have to know single thing about the beer, every single hop and what it tastes like, in order to have like a nice time here. So how did you guys sort of like run into each other and decide like, all right, this could work between me and him? Like, did you guys like the same movies or something, or were you just splitting like a 6-pack one day?
We've been friends for a super long time. I mean,
right on,
we're best friends, and
cool.
Working together since I was young and trying to, learning as much as possible off of him and working side by side over the years. It's one of those things I knew I wanted to always open a restaurant, and his passion for it, when he'll tell you a little bit more about how he fell in love with brewing and all that. But it was one of those things. I'm like, yes, this is what we're looking for. I'm a food guy. I'm a front of house guy. Yeah. I want something special, and this is going to be that special thing. So it was a perfect combination between the two of us, knowing that he wanted to do the beer side of things and stay in the brewery and help me out on this side, but I would mostly focus over here and really execute something that's unique.
So I was just like curious, with everything opening back up and the whole neighborhood's going to be flooding back here again. Yeah. What are your sort of plans for the upcoming summer and everything going like that? Yeah.
We'll continue to open up as much as they'll allow us to. We're looking forward to getting back to having a full bar and full restaurant again. Yeah. It's lively when the place is packed and we have people here. We understand that can't happen right now, but that's part of the vibe. It's part of part of the experience coming to a brewery is that you want this really somewhat loud and fun place where you can bring your kids, you bring your family, you bring your friends. And it's not that without the people. So we want the people here. We want the people to experience that fun atmosphere. So our plans for the summer is really just to continue to kind of get back to what we had before. And we're almost there.
Yeah, I was gonna say I did sit at the outside space you have over there, and even with you wouldn't even know, it felt like the good old days. Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it. Nice talking to you, man.
You too.
So this was Jedi Mind Tricks Hazy IPA. Round number 3 coming up. I'm really looking forward to it. It's gonna be Brewer's Choice. Yo, Dave, what's up, man?
Come on in, bud. How you
Thanks. Doing? Appreciate it. Pretty good, pretty good.
What's going on?
Hey, thanks for having me again back here.
Coming.
Yeah, so I heard you have an interesting brew in the works that looks nothing like I've ever seen.
We got something different. It's called Beats by Jay.
Okay.
Grab a couple glasses. Here you go. So
Beats by Jay.
Beats by Jay. So a buddy of mine, Joey.
So what's in this?
A lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So I got to give credit to a buddy of mine. He's come over to the house to make beer with me. His name's Joey. He wanted to do a kettle soured Berliner Weiss, low ABV, a little tart, and take some beets, roast them, and juice them, and spike the beer with the roasted beet juice. So we made it at the house years ago. It was awesome. Everybody loved it. The color's hot. So we scaled it for here. So for here, for Urban Village, for a batch that we make, we need 300 pounds of beets. The kitchen roasts them and juices them for us, and then we just pour it in. It's roughly ends up being about 20 gallons of beet juice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Beets, beer, fantastic.
So Beets by Jay.
Yeah. Look at this thing, guys. What? Yeah. So this is a beer. Like this,
yeah.
this is a beer. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm interested to try. All right.
Put it back. Cheers.
I trust you, man.
Good?
Yo, this is okay. When I taste this, I just immediately think it's 6 in the morning and I gotta wake up and start farming. This reminds me, for some reason it's beets, but it reminds me of like when I was on the blueberry farm in Pemberton.
Oh yeah?
And I used to get up at like 4 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Right now I'm just seeing sunrise, farmland,
Yep.
earth. Oh man.
Super earthy.
Yeah, it makes me feel like I'm about to go to work, but
Yeah.
like in a good way, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah, on a nice day, yeah. I just think if you, honestly, for me, I think if you like beer and like Weiss beers, like sours, I think this is for you. I'm really blown away about how you incorporated beets in there. So was this was like your idea with the beets?
Joey. I give credit to Joey.
Yeah, okay, all right.
So Joey's idea, and then we loved it.
And somehow, it's not too tart.
No.
Yeah,
No.
it's still got the sweetness of the beets
Oh,
in
yeah.
there.
Yeah, it
and-
accentuates the flavor.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
I could definitely sit down with a couple of glasses of this and have a great
Yeah.
time. This is
Yeah.
this is unbelievable.
That's
Thanks for letting
light.
me try this, man.
Yeah.
This is unbelievable. Yeah,
got it.
I never thought I would walk in today and try
Beet beer.
pink, purpley beer, but it is unbelievable. This is definitely a standout product. Thanks for letting me try it.
Thank you. Appreciate
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, thanks again, man.
You got it. Thanks for coming in.
Absolutely, thank you.
Cheers.
I've had an awesome time here, man.
Yeah?
So, with that being said, with all the delicious stuff I try, how can we all get our hands on this delicious stuff right here?
So the options are limitless.
All right.
So you can come here and visit us. We're right on 2nd Street in Northern Liberties. We have bar seating. We have a huge patio. So you can have stuff here.
Yeah, it's huge. I can't even see the end of it. Like,
Infinite. We have an amazing food menu to go with the beer. We have our own naturally leavened pizza dough. So our pizza menu is pretty killer.
Pizza and beer.
Pizza and beer is a good combo.
That's always a good idea. Yeah.
If you want to take anything to go, beer or food,
You can just walk up.
tell us what you want. We're here noon to midnight
Yeah,
every day.
that's great.
UrbanVillageShop.com is another option. You can order ahead of time, so you can just walk in, walk out.
Yeah, I've been known to go crazy with the pre-orders when that's an option. You know, like make a little variety
Avoid the wait
case.
time. You don't have to deal with paying at the site.
And even just selling out. You know,
Yeah,
that's,
that too.
so that's cool. So,
Yeah.
when are the pickup hours for that?
Anytime we're here, noon to midnight.
Noon to midnight,
Yeah.
7 days a week?
Yep.
Wow. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of options there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, again, thanks for having me. This is a beautiful space.
Thank you.
I'm really looking forward to coming here again and
Cool.
seeing what you're doing in the summer. And I've enjoyed everything I've had. And
Right.
thanks again for having me,
Yeah,
man.
thank you for coming by.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Hey everybody, I'm in Northern Liberties in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and I got a special beer here. Sometimes when you're looking at a menu, you just want to try beer because of its name. So I actually got to ask Dave about this special beer, and there's a really crazy story behind it. This is the Wrong Way IPA, and here's what Dave had to say about it.
So one table over, approximately where that table is, a U-Haul truck just came plowing through the restaurant one Tuesday afternoon, like a month after, not even a month after we opened. It was late June 2017. Fortunately, nobody was hurt.
Oh, this is while the place was open?
Yeah, it was like right after lunch. There wasn't too many people here.
Wow.
And it was crazy. was a crazy day. But obviously, we realized we were going to have to, a beer was going to have to be born out of this. So,
wow, that is something. That's crazy. So U-Haul truck just plowing through, and then how'd you guys think of to make a beer out of that experience?
You know, it's such a major event. There had to be a beer born out of it. And the whole thing was the person was driving the wrong way down 2nd Street. And I guess everyone was screaming at him and he just got panicked and he banged a hard right. So he was going the wrong way.
Yeah. I feel like
I'm
I'm smiling way too much. Like people could have been hurt. I'm sorry.
Somebody was at the table that he plowed into.
Right, yeah, serious situation.
Not for having a glass wall, she saw the truck coming, jumped out of the way.
Yeah, and then a beer just came birthed from that experience.
Exactly.
Yeah, right on. Yeah. So with all that being said, this beer went through quite a journey to get here. And it's actually a flagship beer, so you can get it anytime. And I'm pretty excited to try it, so let's give it a go. Wow, it's actually really refreshing. It's not as frightening and crazy as the story behind it, because, I mean, even though it's called the Wrong Way IPA, if you're just looking to chill out and have a couple beers during the day, this is probably the right way to go. It's very light, refreshing, not intimidating. It's not too bitter, not too sweet. It still has all the aromas you want. Yeah, great mouthfeel, not too carbonated. Just a really solid beer that you could just kick back and hang out with all day. Well, everybody, had an awesome time here at Urban Village Brewing Company. I got to try some great beers, meet some new friends, and learn about the process. So if you want to taste of this stuff, remember, you could always go online and order from their online shop, urbanvillageshop.com. Pickup hours are 7 days a week from 12 to 11 p.m., which is also their operating hours. You can stop by here anytime. They have a huge outdoor tent for outdoor dining, beer drinking, listening to awesome music, whatever you want. And remember to follow me, Mike, the Brewery Bum. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Well, I'm gonna finish this one off and enjoy the rest of the day, so cheers.